People queue, they run in, the celebration is upon us, your Super Bowl. What are they buying today for Black Friday?
So they're buying everything on their gift list, and they're buying, that's really generally in luxury. So fine jewelry, they're buying cashmere, they're buying outerwear for the entire family. Hostess gifts in our home store, but they're also home prep. We've got great deals, as we always do for Black Friday, going all the way through the holiday season. So we are ready. We've got all of our key items, loaded to bear. Here we are in Herald Square. It was a good opening. We had a great day online yesterday during Thanksgiving.
I mean, you said that on your earnings, which were, about a week ago.
Yes.
That this gets earlier and earlier.
It does.
Black Friday, the competition. How important are the next few days and the run-up to the holidays?
Oh, it's still very important. So, when you think about kind of Black Friday deals really started it right after Halloween is when they started. But this is still a pilgrimage. You've got, America is traveling, and they are in homes, and they're coming into stores just like this one today. They're online. They've been online all the way through. So it's very, very important. So when we look at kind of Black Friday through Cyber Week, then we go into a lull. It's like 10 days where people kind of reset, and then those last 10 days become increasingly important. So it's one of the 3 stages right now that we are of the kind of the Christmas shopping. It's the one we're in right now, the first.
What, of course, your earnings showed so clearly is that it's about inventory management in many ways at the moment, and you've been managing to ace that. How are you ensuring you got the right thing at the right time for a consumer that basically we're all trying to understand right now?
So obviously the consumer's under pressure, but they still love gifts. And so we want to make sure that we've got all the right gifts and we've got all the right stock content in them. So I just walked this entire store to really understand where we are in all of the content across all of our categories, and we're in great shape. And that's really in tribute to the amount of work we've been putting in inventory control.
And when it comes to online versus in-store, in retail, this is how you've been shifting the company. In particular, people aren't perhaps having the footfall in malls, they're coming to one-off stores, they're going to smaller store experiences, but e-commerce has just been the focus. How are you managing to be at the right time in the right place for an omnichannel purchaser?
So really, the strength of Macy's and Bloomingdale's and Bloomberg is that we're omnichannel, and we're omni-category. So what you have is you have customers that are shopping online, they want to come into a store and try it on, and they maybe are transacting on the couch later that night. So the opportunity to make it as convenient for the customer as possible, however and whenever they want to shop. So that's our beauty, and doing that with a national footprint, with a great website, is what we depend on.
And of course, why you've got such a great bird's eye perspective, because you do have Bloomingdale's for the higher end, more luxury purchaser, and then more income breadth when it comes to Macy's. What are we seeing in terms of the consumer? Are they going to be spending more? Are they going to be pulling back?
So you do have customers that are under pressure. And so when you think about the inflation is still high, it's abating from the change of the inflation rate from last year, but it's still higher than it was last year. And customers have got a limited budget. Some of it is they're spending it in experiences and then in our discretionary categories. So we want to make sure that we've got the right price points across that entire spectrum. But you still give gifts. And this is where Macy's and Bloomingdale's and Bloomberg shine. So when you have this gift, somebody on your gift list, we're going to have the right content for you at the right price point. And we spend from when Black Friday ends to where we are right now, we've been spending a year getting ready for that. And we do trial runs on Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day to make sure we've got the right gifts.
I think
we're ready.
You're ready. People are worried, analysts might be worried that you're kind of managing decline at the moment. What would you say to a comment like that?
Look, I think that if we weren't a department store today, we would invent one. So the idea about having multi-categories, being able to do that in multi-channels, we now have been able to get new categories in as a result of Marketplace, which is now online at both Bloomingdale's and in Macy's. So I bet on department stores, and obviously I made my career doing this. And it is it's still very, very relevant. We're obviously looking at where traffic is moving from on-mall to off-mall. We're obviously testing that in both Bloomingdale's with the Bloomies format and with Macy's with Macy's. And so we're going to be ready for where the customer is evolving. And we've got very strong assets to be able to do that, both on-mall and obviously online. Evolving
into a world where we're all using chatbots and artificial intelligence are front and center. Are these the sort of areas of investment?
Yes, absolutely. Because when you think about AI and machine learning, think about when we have 40 million customers at Macy's, 4 million at Bloomingdale's, we know them very well. So to have all that data and be able to start to personalize content and values for those customers is where this is all going. How do you make your brand more relevant? And that is at a customer level. It's no longer broad-based promotion. It's the opportunity to be able to, I know Caroline, and based on what you buy, what you might be interested in, and to be able to serve that up in the way you want it served up is really the secret of success for an omnichannel retailer going forward.
You, of course, just mentioned throughout your career this is what you've been doing.
Yes.
For those who don't realize, you've worked at the Macy's brand for more than 40 years.
Yes.
And this is your last Black Friday.
Yes.
And of course, CEO since 2017. You have been thought of as a turnaround focus, the polarist, the way in which you have thought about personalization to e-commerce. You weathered, of course, the COVID in and of itself. Do you feel that you've got this Macy's where you want it to be as you look towards this being your last Black Friday?
Yeah, look, when I reflect back on my career, and certainly in my time in CEO, I didn't accomplish everything that was on my list. But look, the focus on relevant content, on amazing values, and on customer experience is clearly the path forward, and I couldn't be more excited about my successor, who is more than ready to be able to do this. He knocked the cover off the ball with respect to Bloomingdale's and what he was able to do there, how he was able to kind of help turn around the strategy of Bluemercury. He's now going to do that for Macy's Inc. So he's got a good game plan, and he's going to make it better.